The person you were yesterday is holding you back. The old you must die, because only then can the new, stronger, unstoppable you rise from the ashes. Change doesn't come knocking politely, and it certainly doesn't wait for your comfort. It storms in like a fierce wind, tearing down the walls you've built around yourself. Walls made of old habits, worn-out beliefs, and fears that whisper lies to keep you small. I have to face that truth. Transformation isn't about tweaking who I am. It's about saying a hard, final goodbye to the old version of myself that clings to comfort and excuses. That version served a purpose, but it's a dead weight now. An anchor holding me back from becoming who I was meant to be. There's no room for half measures here. Change demands sacrifice, a ruthless cutting away of everything that doesn't push me forward. I must be willing to let go of the familiar, even if it's painful, even if it means walking alone for a while, because real growth isn't born from ease. It comes from tearing apart the safety net of the past and stepping into the unknown with nothing but raw will and fierce determination. The old me is comfortable in chains, but I refuse to be a prisoner anymore. It's time to burn those chains. Down, I can already hear that small voice inside me screaming, begging me to stay safe, to stick to what I know. But I won't listen. That voice is a liar wrapped in fear, designed to keep me stuck. The moment I choose comfort over growth, I shrink less than what I'm capable of. Transformation means embracing discomfort like a warrior, knowing every sacrifice is a brick laid in the foundation of the new me. It's saying no to instant gratification, no to the easy path, no to giving myself a break when I should be pushing harder. I have to break the cycle of excuses that kept me in place. The "I'm too tired," the "I'll start tomorrow," the "what if I fail," they are nothing but chains forged by my own doubts. Transformation demands I shatter those chains, one by one, day by day. Every small victory over these lies is a victory over my former self. Every time I choose action over comfort, I carve out a stronger, sharper version of me. This isn't just about changing what I do, it's about changing who I am at my core. It means rewriting the story I tell myself about my limits and my worth. The old script told me I wasn't enough, that growth was for other people. But that's a lie I'm done believing. I have to become the author of my own story, wielding sacrifice like a pen that etches a new path toward greatness. Sacrifice is hard, it's brutal. It means some things I loved have to die. I have to leave behind people who don't lift me up, habits that numb me, and beliefs that keep me small. The moment I start protecting those things, I'm choosing the cage over freedom. The new me isn't about comfort, it's about courage. It's about stepping into the fire and walking through the flames, knowing that on the other side waits something better, something stronger. I won't pretend this path is easy. There will be days when the weight of letting go feels unbearable, when the pull of old habits threatens to drag me back into the shadows. But I have to remind myself, moments are tests, not defeats. They are the forge in which my strength is hammered out. To break free from the past, I have to lean into the discomfort, stare down the fear, and keep moving forward even when every part of me wants to quit. Transformation is a war fought in silence. In the spaces where no one's watching, it's waking up when the world is asleep, grinding when everyone else rests, pushing when every fiber screams for a break. It's the quiet, relentless commitment to becoming something more than I was yesterday. And that commitment demands sacrifice. Not once, not occasionally, but every single day. I have to own this struggle, because nothing worth having comes without cost. The old me may want to bargain, to settle for a version of change that doesn't require pain. But I know better. I've seen what half-hearted change looks like. It's just old habits with a fresh coat of paint. Real transformation cuts deeper. It reaches into the soul, ripping out the lies and planting seeds of resilience, discipline, and fire. So here I stand, at the crossroads between who I was and who I will become. The old me is fading, dissolving with every sacrifice I make, and in its place rises something fiercer, stronger, and unstoppable. This new self isn't afraid to lose what once was, because it knows the price is nothing compared to the prize. I'm done begging for permission to grow. I'm done waiting for the perfect moment to start. Transformation demands sacrifice, and I am ready to pay the price. The old me had to go. The new me is here, hungry, relentless, and unbreakable. Every habit I shed, every fear I face, every comfort I leave behind is a step closer to the version of myself that wins not just sometimes, but every damn day. And if that sounds brutal, good. Because nothing worth fighting for is easy. This is my battle, my sacrifice, my transformation. I will not stop. I will not slow down. I will not settle for less than the warrior I was born to be. The old me is gone. The new me is rising, and this time, I'm not looking back. Your past self isn't some villain waiting to be defeated. It's more like a prison guard, holding you captive in a cell of comfort, limits, and excuses. That old version of you learned to settle, to accept boundaries that never belonged to your true potential. It wore those excuses like armor, shielding itself from risk, pain, and failure. But I have to see it clearly now. That comfort is a trap, disguised as safety. It's the easy way out, the silent killer of dreams. Growth doesn't come from hugging that old self, comes from challenging it, confronting it, breaking free from those mental chains. Every time I cling to who I was, I'm locking myself inside that prison again. The old self whispers, stay small, stay safe, don't push too hard. But I've learned that safety is a lie, a slow suffocation. I want to breathe free, the air of possibility and risk, the air where growth lives. To get there, I must fight against the comfort my past self clings to. It's not easy. That old part of me resists. It protests with every excuse, every moment of hesitation. But resistance is a sign I'm on the right path. I'm not rejecting my past out of hatred. I'm challenging it out of respect for the person I'm becoming. The old me served a purpose, kept me safe in storms, but storms have passed. Now is the time to break the bars of limitation and rewrite the rules I live by. The past self is not my enemy, but it is my prison, and I will not be held captive any longer. I will face the discomfort, the fear, the resistance, and I will break free. Only by leaving that prison behind can I step into the life I'm meant to live, a life fueled by courage, relentless growth, and unshakable freedom. Every time I think about who I want to become, I realize it never comes easy. Every new version of myself is born through fire and struggle. Growth isn't some smooth path paved with comfort. It's a battlefield where old habits die, old fears burn away, and the person I once was is left behind like ashes. This process isn't gentle, it's brutal, raw, and necessary. I have to embrace that pain, that discomfort, because it's the only way to break free from the chains that hold me back. I feel the pull of the old patterns, those familiar ways that used to keep me safe, but now only keep me small. There's a voice inside me that cries out to stay in that comfort zone, to avoid the fire, to keep things easy. But I know better now. I know that pain is not the enemy's, the sign that I'm shedding what no longer serves me. It's the dying of the old self, making way for the stronger, sharper, more powerful version waiting on the other side. This struggle is the forge that shapes me. The flames of discomfort burn away weakness, fear, and doubt. With every challenge I face, I rise. I don't just survive the fire, I use it to transform. And though it hurts, I remind myself, this pain is temporary, but the strength I gain from it is forever. Every new me is crafted in this heat, this battle. So I welcome the struggle. I embrace the fight, because that's how I grow. That's how I become unstoppable. I stand at the edge of what I know and what I want to become. Renewal isn't some distant dream. It starts here with a choice. Choice to let go, to release every part of myself that clings to comfort, to safety, even when that safety is just stagnation in disguise. I realize now that holding on to the familiar isn't strength, it's fear dressed up as security. To grow, I have to drop that weight fully. FEARLESSLY. It's not about hesitation or half measures. Renewal demands relentless determination. I have to commit, not just say it but live it. Every part of me must be ready to burn what's old, to shed the skin that no longer fits, and to face the unknown with eyes wide open. It's not easy. The safe path whispers to stay, to not rock the boat, to keep things as they are. But I refuse to settle. I refuse to be trapped by what's comfortable but dead. This is a battle of mind and will. Renewal is the war-won fight every day, choosing action over inertia, courage over fear. I remind myself, I'm not just surviving. I'm evolving. I am deciding to become more than the sum of my past fears. This decision, this fierce, unbreakable choices where transformation begins. Nothing moves forward without it. So I let go, fully and fearlessly, knowing that on the other side lies the life I'm meant to live. I've fallen before. I've felt the ground crash beneath me, the weight of failure pressing hard. But I know this truth. Now my fall isn't the end. It's the beginning of something greater. The ashes of who I was are not the grave of my dreams, but the soil where the new me takes root. From this fire I rise, reborn and relentless. There's a raw power in embracing my own destruction because it clears the way for creation. The old self, with its doubts and limits, must burn away so the stronger, sharper version of me can emerge. This isn't just recovery, it's a fight to reclaim every piece of myself that was lost in the fall. I don't wait for someone to save me or for luck to change. I build the new me with every breath, every sweat-soaked moment, every push beyond pain. Owning this rebirth means owning the battle scars, the failures, the doubts, they're proof I survived. And more importantly, that I'm willing to rise again. Relentless is not just a word. It's the fire in my veins, the refusal to stay down. I fight for this new self. I build it brick by brick, and I own every step of the journey. Because rising from my ashes isn't optional, it's inevitable. And I'm ready. If you're ready to rise from your own ashes and become relentless, then keep pushing forward. Don't forget to subscribe for more motivation that fuels your fight and awakens your inner power. Let's grow stronger together. Hit that subscribe button now.